You paid $400,000 for this house, maybe $600,000, and somewhere behind your drywall, in a spot you will never see or touch, there is a single electrical connection that cost the builder about $3 to make, and it is statistically more likely to start a fire than anything else in your home. It passed inspection. It is completely legal. It is carrying current right now. The wire was sold to you as copper-grade safety. What you got was the cheapest connection a busy contractor could make and still pass the one inspection that ever happens. Today, I will show you exactly what is hiding in your walls, who profits from it, and the one rule that can keep it from costing you your home. And when you find out the most dangerous wire in American houses was never actually banned and is quietly being welcomed back into brand new homes in 2026, you will understand why nobody at the sales center wants this conversation. Picture the day you toured your house. You glanced at the panel, neat rows of labeled breakers, an inspection sticker on the box. It looked professional. It looked safe. Here's what I have learned since. The panel is never the problem. The panel is the one part they know you might look at. The problem is a phrase that runs through this entire industry: builder grade. When it comes to wiring, builder grade does not describe a grade of wire. It describes a grade of labor. The cheapest, fastest way to connect a circuit that still satisfies code on the day the inspector visits. And the cheapest labor in the house hides in the exact place you can never check. Start with the connection you touch every day, the outlet. You assume the wires inside are bolted down tight. Most are not. Look at the back of a cheap receptacle and you will find small round holes next to the screws. Electricians call it backstabbing. Instead of wrapping the wire around the screw terminal and torquing it down, which takes close to a minute per outlet, the installer jams the bare wire into a spring clip hole. 2 seconds. And here's why it matters. Volume builders pay their electrical subs per device and per house, not per hour. A home has dozens of outlets and switches. Multiply 2 seconds across a full subdivision, and you are looking at real money, made by skipping the one step that holds the connection together for 30 years. Because a spring clip is just bent metal under tension, and tension fades. The contact loosens, resistance climbs, and the connection heats up behind your wall, slowly, silently, while the wire itself tests perfectly fine. A screw-terminated outlet costs a couple dollars more and a minute longer. That difference is the builder's margin and your fire risk. When you hear electrical fire, you picture a wire bursting into flame. That's not how it works. Copper, aluminum, steel, none of them spontaneously catch fire at household voltage. The danger is never the wire. It's always the connection. Every junction where one wire meets another is a point of resistance, and resistance turns electricity into heat. Every shortcut funnels down to these hidden junctions where the failure happens, and the scale isn't small. According to the Electrical Safety Foundation International, home electrical fires cause roughly 51,000 fires a year in the U.S., around 500 deaths, about 1,400 injuries, and $1.3 billion in property damage annually. The U.S. Fire Administration recorded an 18% jump in dollar losses from residential electrical malfunction fires. A connection failing behind your drywall makes no sound. You don't smell it until it's bad, and you don't see it until the ceiling above is already burning. But the most dangerous version isn't a contractor rushing a clip. It's a material the code itself is bringing back into your walls. Between 1965 and 1973, copper prices shot up, and builders found something cheaper: aluminum. Roughly 2 million American homes were wired with single-strand aluminum branch circuits. The problem: aluminum expands, contracts, and oxidizes far more than copper. Every connection loosens faster, oxidizes faster, heats up faster. The Consumer Product Safety Commission found these homes are 55 times more likely to have a connection reach fire hazard temperatures than a copper-wired home. In 1974, in Hampton Bays, New York, 2 people died in a fire traced to a single overheating aluminum connection at one wall receptacle. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Aluminum branch wiring was never federally banned. Those 2 million homes are still standing, still wired exactly as they were in 1970. And it gets stranger. Copper-clad aluminum wire, an aluminum core with a thin copper skin, is cheaper than copper, and the 2026 National Electrical Code just opened the door to bring it back into new homes for lighting circuits. Counterfeit versions with fake safety marks are already sold cheaply online. The only permanent fixes are a full rewire, $10,000 to $30,000, or proprietary crimp connectors installed by a trained electrician. And its mere presence can void your homeowner's insurance. So who is responsible? The volume builder is not a villain, because people are evil. It is how the system pays. Subs are paid per device and per house, so speed is rewarded and longevity is never measured. And the inspection that certifies one thing, that the work meets code minimum on the day it is looked at. A backstabbed outlet passes identically to a screw-terminated one. The builder's warranty expires in about a year. These connections degrade over a decade. An inspection that checks for legal, not lasting, is not protection. It is permission. So here's the framework, ranked. Number 3, buying new construction. Demand spec grade, screw-terminated devices in writing, and ask one question. Is the electrician paid per device or per hour? Number 2, homes from the late 1970s through the 1990s, past the aluminum era, before the cheapest modern device cutting. Solid copper, dated kitchens, honest wiring. Number 1, any home built 1965 to 1973. Pay a licensed electrician to pull a few outlets and open the panel before you buy, then call your insurer. If they hesitate to cover it, that hesitation tells you more than any inspection report. They have seen 50 years of claims data. And whatever you buy, if you can get in before the drywall goes up, pay an independent inspector $400 to $600 for a pre-drywall walkthrough. It is the only moment every connection is visible. The wire almost never fails. The connection. The builder was paid to rush, that is what fails, on a timer set just past your warranty. The builder's incentive ends at final inspection. Yours lasts 3 decades. Next time we are opening the panel itself. There is a specific breaker brand sitting in millions of American homes that has been documented, test after test, failing to trip when it is supposed to. We will name the brand. Subscribe so you do not miss it.